I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go, said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know.
How's it going, guys? NeilJT, and we're here with another video. Super excited for this one. This one's all going to be about changing your life and loving yourself and finding your life purpose. If you haven't already hit that subscribe and like button, do it now. I would really appreciate it. Let's get this video out to as many people as possible. Just want to change the world, and I'm all about self-development, but most importantly, self-healing before self-development, because now the world has had it backwards forever. We're all about self-development. Every time you go to the bookstore, everything you see is self-development. Do this. But no one ever talks about the self-healing. And that's where we bundle everything up down inside that's happened in our entire lives. And then we try and go on our self-development journey and try and get better. And yes, you can get better in a lot of different areas and from different aspects. But all of the things that you need to heal are still deep down inside. So maybe you're getting a little benefit from the self-development, getting better in certain areas. But then what happens is eventually all that shit just breaks loose and comes out. And pretty much all the progress you made on the self-development is zilch, because now you have to go back and work on the self-healing. I just talked about this in an Instagram video I did the other day. I said, if I could go back to when I was 18 years old and stop working on my body, I would have done it. And this is why, because now where I'm at, I'm 34 years old, I've been working on my mind and my soul for the past year. So working on my mind and soul for the past year, I realized wow, I'm backtracking now. I'm doing everything I could have already done for the past 16 years. But I was so focused when I was 18 years old on having the best body and being in great shape and having abs and being attractive and all that bullshit that the world thinks is the most important thing. I didn't work on my mind and my soul. So now I'm in a spot where my body's as good as it's ever gonna get. I'm completely content, happy. I love my body. I'm in maintenance, things are great, don't have to work on it. But now I'm backtracking, I'm working so much on my mind and soul because I neglected it for so long. And it's the same thing with self-development and self-healing. You can do the self-development process, but if you don't self-heal first, you're gonna get through your self-development process and then hit a roadblock where you can't even go any further because you have to heal all the traumas and everything that's happened in your life deep down. So that's why it's important, to know this now. If you're starting your process, you need to know right now that self-healing is your first step. Do not even worry about the self-development, getting better at this, yada, etc. Just worry about pulling everything out that you've kept suppressed for all these years. And so, anyway, that was a tangent, but I wanted to talk about self-love today and finding your purpose. And I just did a little post on my story earlier about this because I realized the most attractive quality a person can have in their life is to genuinely and authentically love their life more than anything. And when you do this, you're going to be like a magnet and you're going to attract everything you've ever wanted in your life. So think about it like this. If you love your life so much, right? You no longer care about all the normal wants and needs and desires that you once had in life. So if you're completely content, you love your life, there's no need for you to chase money. There's no need for you to chase the perfect relationship. There's no need for you to chase the perfect job. You have everything you need inside. If you have everything you need inside, then nothing else is going to make you feel any more whole. You're already whole and complete and you love yourself. So if you already have that, then everything will just naturally come to you. See, this is like the whole chase analogy where I talked about letting go of things so that they can naturally come to you. If someone's running, you're playing tag, someone's running, or you're chasing and someone's running, what are you doing? You're chasing them and they're running away. You're chasing money, it's running away. You're pushing. There's always this barrier, this wall, and as you move, it's moving away. But if you step back, now you let it come closer. So that's the same thing. When you love your life and you love everything about yourself, everything will naturally come to you. You'll be like a magnet pulling everything in. And when you have that self-love, which I'll talk about this book in another video, but this is an absolutely phenomenal book. Love yourself like your life depends on it. This changed my whole entire life. This book is incredible. This will take you 75% of the way. A lot of the things he talks about in here is, connecting with your inner child, which I have a lot of traumas, put in a foster home as a kid, never felt love from my parents, so I created this huge ego because I never felt love from people, so I thought I always had to be better than myself. So I made this huge ego, and I would try and get the love from that, and I'd try and be someone who I was not because I always felt that I was not enough to get the love. And so I go back in this book, he teaches you to go back to your inner child and love that child for who he is. And when you do that and you love yourself as that kid because you didn't get the love from your parents, in my case, then you can change the story, the transcript that you've been telling yourself in your head for all the years. So now I'm able to love myself, even though my entire life, 34 years on this planet, I did not love myself. I never felt worthy and never felt enough. But this book, this got me on the path to starting to love myself and starting to love my life. So this would be the first step, I would say. Just read this book and do all the cues he has in here. So this book, it's his story, but it's also his mantra. So he teaches you a routine, like his routine that he used in order to love himself. And I use some of his, I don't use all of them, but like the main one that I use is I'll look in the mirror every day and I'll look in one eye. For some reason, because when you look in two eyes, you kind of like, your eyes can't focus on them and you'll go back and forth. But if you look in one eye, you can really like look down into the pupil, into the soul, and like feel feelings. And I'll look into my eye and I'll tell myself that I love myself. And then what he talks about as well is you can take in like a deep breath, and on the inhale, you can tell yourself at the top that you love yourself. And then on the exhale, you can let go of any negativity, any trauma in your life, in your past. And you do that 10 breaths, and you instantly feel a million times better. Then another aspect he does in here as well is forgiveness pages, but forgiveness pages to yourself, which is huge. I remember the first one I did, I just forgave myself for all the lies, for all the manipulation, the cheating I did, the destructive habits, the lives I hurt. And I wrote, it was very painful, but it was also one of the best things that I ever did for myself. And then he teaches you to let it go, whether that's you burn it or you crumple it up, throw it in the ocean, whatever. You let it go and it's out of you. It's like you're pulling out the demons. You're pulling everything out and letting it get out of you. And by doing that, that's how you become whole and complete and love yourself. You can't be whole and complete if you don't self-heal. If you have tons of shit on the inside, you're not whole and complete. So that's the trick with the self-loving. But I think this book will be a great starter for the journey. And then for finding your purpose and loving your life, I just recently came across this, but this book changed my life. Like, this is a very highly like a lot of people have read this. It's a great book, The Alchemist. It's pretty much talks about your purpose and finding your destiny and going on your hero's journey. And what I realized recently actually was oh my God, did the phone die? I think it did. Oh, thank God. Whew. It didn't. This happened the other day. It died 3 times and I had to redo it. It was a nightmare. What was I saying? The destiny, purpose. So when you're finding the purpose and going on your destiny, what a lot of people do is they make other people the hero, the star of the show. So essentially, I just did this with a friend. I made them the hero in my story, my own life story, and I made them the hero. I put them on a pedestal, and it was like they were the main character in the story, and then it's your story, but you're like the cameo walking, like in the background, you get like 2 lines. You're barely on screen. And that's what a lot of people do. And in order to find your purpose, you need to become the hero of your own story. You need to write your destiny and take action now. And so I'm on my own story. I'm finding my purpose right now, and that's with healing the world and giving knowledge through all of my experiences that I've had on this planet. And I love it. I'm passionate about it. And that's the thing. I think we need to find passion, because I had started YouTube channels in the past and they never really took off. And I think it was because I always had the wrong mindset. I was always like, yeah, this is fun, but I'm like, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to have 1 million subscribers, or I want to have this. You want. You want things from it, right? And when I said what I told you earlier, if you have everything inside, you don't want anything, that's when everything comes to you. And right now I'm like, they're like, cool, yeah, it'd be great if I got 1 million subscribers or got this amount of money or whatever, but I am so passionate about doing this now that it is integrity, it's who I am, and it's what I love doing, that the dynamic, the story has changed. The actions are the same, but the story behind it is different. So now it's like, because I'm looking at it from that aspect and I want to heal as many people as possible, it's working out tenfold. So that's the thing, is you got to let go of the old stories, the scripts, and you got to do it for the right reason. But the only way you can do it for the right reason is if you love yourself and you're whole and complete. When you become whole and complete, that's when everything will start coming to you and you don't need anything. I don't need anything from this video other than that I'm feeling good right now doing it, because it's who I am and it's me being me in the moment. So with this book, I highly recommend it. It is a very short book. You can read it in an afternoon. But yeah, the back says, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. So when you realize that, it's going to change everything and you'll be on your path. Life is just 10 times easier. You're going to love your life 1 million times more. You're going to be happy. You're going to be content. You're going to have joy in your life. Everything changes when you start loving yourself, loving your life, and you start going after your purpose. Be passionate about what you want. Don't give a shit about money or what people think or what expectations or what outcome you can get from a situation, because that doesn't matter. I could go live in the mountains right now in China and be completely happy. For sure. Like, and just be happy in nature and be able to look around and see mountains, see monkeys jumping from trees. That would be amazing. There's no outcome or expectation. I just be in the moment and love life. And when you can do that, when you can switch the transcript in your head, that's when everything will change. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Just want to change the world one person at a time. Like I said, hit that subscribe button and like button if you do like this kind of content. I love making this stuff. I just want to get it out to as many people as possible. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and leave some comments. Let me know if these are the kind of videos you like. If you want more knowledge-based videos, more science-based. I can still, I haven't gone really deep into the fitness stuff and like supplements and nutrition and stuff like that. I will be going into that kind of stuff in the future. But yeah, let me know what you guys like and what you want to see next, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right, take care.